And welcome back to section 2 of upgrading your Moodle site from 2.2 to 2.3. Now that the file has actually completely downloaded, we're going to unzip it. One thing that I did do that I'm not showing on this screen is I recreated my original directory, which was my Onlearningpoint.com directory. So the next step would be just to unzip into this directory. So in order to do that, since we have a tar file, we're just going to untar it. And the easiest way to do that is just to issue the tar command with a X, Z, V, and F. X is extract, Z is something, V is verbose, and F is something else. And I don't remember exactly what F meant, but for some reason that's just something that's stuck in my head. When in doubt, you could just do the Z and X. I don't think the V is important. I like seeing the verboseness of the folder being extracted. That way I can see the files. Sometimes this helps if there's a issue with corruption. Anyway, that's not important now. So now choose the file. There's a couple different files, and you can see that part of the wget utility, I didn't actually give the file a name, and so it gave it its default name, which was kind of strange here. You can see some weird characters with a question mark R. You can also, on the wget command line, you can specify the file name if you wanted to. Doesn't really matter. The file extension isn't really important on a Linux system. It knows what it is, and as long as you're extracting it with the correct utility, it's going to work just fine. We're going to put this into the Onlearningpoint directory, and we're just going to press enter. This will take a couple moments for it to extract, and I think there's a problem. It looks like I had a slight issue with the syntax, so let me try to rewrite this statement here. Tar x z v f, then the archive. What I was missing was the Control-C to choose which directory it's going into. If you're not picking a directory, then you don't need to worry about this. And then my directory name, I'm going to press enter, and you can see how verbose it is, and it is copying all those items into the directory. We're going to switch into the directory now and issue a ls command, which is list. You can see that it created a Moodle directory here. I prefer to have it in the root of my folder, and so I'm going to get rid of that Moodle folder. And the way we do that is we're going to move into the Moodle folder here. You can see there's a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to issue a move command. Everything recursively // which is going to bring me down one directory. And oh, that's right. On this system, you don't need to do the control, the /r. So move everything one directory into the root of the directory down. One thing I wanted to show you as well that's pretty interesting is to always do a pwd, which is a print working directory, so you can actually see what folder are you in. So if I go down one directory now, I can see that all my content of my entire site is down in this directory. So in order to get a copy of our config file, which is something that we need that has all our database information, we're going to issue a copy command. I know that my file is one directory down in a Moodle backup directory, and it's called config.php, and I'm just going to move it into this directory. So I'm just going to issue another config.php because that's what I want it to be called. If I wanted to change the name of it, I would change the name of it there. Okay, so now if I were to go into my config.php file, I would see that I'd have my database information. I'm not going to do that because it would compromise the integrity of my site by revealing my password information, so I'm not going to do that. But suffice it to say that it is definitely going to be there. You can see it that it's right here. One thing that they also recommended within the Moodle instructions is for you to go into the Moodle dist.php to see if you can find any new settings that might need to be merged into the config.php file. I didn't actually do this. It seemed to work okay anyway, but I had a default installation of 2.2 from the beginning. If your installation is older, say 2.1 or even a 2. Installation, it would probably be a good idea for you to merge those two together. Perhaps what you would want to do is actually just go into the config.php file, copy the pertinent settings, open this one back up, and then copy your information into that one. Now that you have the bulk of your site copied back into the right location, you can see here that you would also want to copy in any theme files, any custom theme files, and here that we copied in the config.php file, which we already did. One thing we do want to do is give the cron.php directory the correct permissions. If you don't, then your cron job will not run at night. So what we'll do is we'll just go in here and issue a chmod, and we're chmoding for permissions 740, which is world. Nope, is that world readable? I don't remember. I think it's a world readable, user writable, and an individual or world unaccessible. The directory is, let's see what the directory is. I think I messed that up here. CLI. Let's see, where am I? Oops. Print working directory always lets you know where you are. And then there's a CLI directory, which apparently I do not have. Interesting. So in this case, we are not going to worry about that directory. I did notice that there was an issue with not having a CLI directory in some of the other documentation that I was working on, but I am not sure why that is. Okay, I realize what my mistake was. I need to go into the admin directory. So we're going to issue a chmod 740 admin CLI cron.php. And that just basically changes the permissions on there. In your hosting control panel, you may have your cron job set up to run every, I think I set mine every half an hour. On a busy site, you would want to set it down further, but on a non-busy site, you wouldn't. A couple other things while we're on the command line here to do that we forgot to do during the backup, which is back up your the Moodle data. Moodle data is, let's see, Moodle data. Okay, there I made a small mistake. One thing that you do need to do is copy your Moodle directory over. To do this, you would issue the copy command. We're going to do a -R to make sure that it's recursive, that it gets all the items that are in there. My directory, which I couldn't find for my Moodle data, I couldn't find was in the Onlearningpoint.com _Moodle data. I'm going to put this in another directory called Onlearningpoint _Moodle data 2 _2. This is just to indicate that it was the 2.2 version. Press enter, the data is copied over, and we're good to go. Next item we're going to do is use the PHP myadmin to copy to create a backup copy of the database. This is a crucial step. If anything went wrong with the installation, you would definitely want to be able to restore that database. And it's very easy. It just takes a few steps.